So the trick is, you find like a big event, and then you milk out as much content from it as you possibly can. That way, you don't go months without uploading videos. Oh, what's up, guys? Anyway, so as you guys guessed, we're gonna be talking about Sousenkyo again. So, as a budding YouTuber within the idol community, thought I'd help you guys out by making a quick video kind of summarizing the highlights. We have some discussion points so we can get some conversation going about the SSK, and this time it's gonna be sober.
He will finish this beer for the Kuyashi. Go. Jurina!
So first of all, we have Watanabe Mayu announcing her graduation from AKB48. I wanted to start with this because I felt like it was the big piece of news that just got completely steamrolled by some of the other stuff we'll get into later. And it, I don't know, just left a really bitter taste in my mouth. Some of the other news is a little bit more dramatic. So I can see why it would become like the main headline and points of discussion, but still I want to give respect where respect is due. Real recognize real, and Watanabe Mayu, you was the real deal. Now, speaking from my personal opinion, I've been kind of seeing that she's been ready to kind of dip out from AKB proper for a while now. So while the news was still kind of a big deal, it wasn't a huge shocker, you know what I mean? It just seems like Watanabe Mayu herself now has more to offer AKB than AKB has to offer her. And it's a good chance to kind of step aside and let some of the newer members step up. So with that said, Watanabe Mayu, otsukare-sama deshita. Thank you for all you've done in AKB, your hard work over the years, being a leader to your kohai. As an idol fan myself, much love, appreciated, and I wish you all the best in your career going forward. So up next we have Sutou Ririka's big wedding announcement. I wanted to hold off on this video until there was a little bit more information concerning what went down. I'll have a link to the Yahoo News article that I pulled this from. So basically what happened was, after a huge jump, moving up 24 spots to the 20 position, Sutou Ririka went up to stage to give her speech, and as opposed to thanking her fans and the usual speech, she dropped a huge bomb.
人を好きになりました。私 NMB48 須藤リリカは結婚します。
Basically, she said that she has someone that she loves and they're going to be getting married. Well, to be honest, at first I thought she was just being trolly, like, okay, ha ha ha, where's the punchline here? But she was serious. So this part's kind of conjecture, so take it with a grain of salt, but rumor is that Shunkan Bunshun reached out to her ahead of time and she knew that they would be releasing an article. So rather than let the news break, she decided to break that news herself. Can't scandal me if I scandal myself. So naturally this caused quite a stir of controversy. So this is kind of a big deal because obviously there's no precedence for this during a Sousenkyo, much less at all. So everyone was talking, what is going to be the repercussions, what's going to happen. So here's what we do know. Apparently AKP has reached out to her, offered to stay, but she has decided that she will be graduating from the group. As far as the details about this person, apparently he was a regular at her mom's restaurant, met her at a party, was digging it, apparently, and really pursued her. And yeah, things took off. He's someone working in the medical field. That's about all I know about the situation. That's all I really care to know, but if you guys do find out more information and want to share it, feel free to post it in the comments. Now here are my thoughts on this whole thing. The first takeaway is all the regular Joes got hope now, you know what I mean? Everyone thinking like, oh dude, I'll never be able to marry an idol. This guy did it. Okay, but real talk. So, I really have mixed feelings about it. Throughout the night, other members kind of gave their thoughts on it. Takahashi, Jerry, my girl JT throwing that shade. Here's my stance. Say my parents have supported me throughout school all these years. They paid for all my books, they paid for my education. They said, hey, your loans, don't worry about it. We got it. I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. Right? And I finally come graduation day, I get to give a speech, and I go up before all of my classmates and peers and professors and my family and everything, and I just say, yo, I just want to thank Matsui Jurina. Could have done this without her. We going all the way. She is my Oshimen. I love her. Everything about her is greatness. Blah, blah, blah. It kind of soured the mood, right? Like, no matter how much I love Jurina, she wasn't the one that got me there. And my feeling about Sousenkyo is, you know, as much as it's a strain on the girls, I do understand that it is a stressful time. The people that got them to whatever rank that they ranked in is the fans. This is a moment just as much for the fans as it is for the girls, in my opinion. And so to go up there while every other girl has before them thanked her fans and everything like that for pushing them and getting them to where they are, to just give a speech about getting married, it just seems distasteful to me. My next kind of point is, while I applaud the guts, there's still something to be said about kind of normalizing the breaking of the dun 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 Renai Kinshi or the love band. Bruh, who cares about Renai Kinshi anymore, man? I'm just all about the girls. They're just people. They can date whoever they want to date. Look, I agree with that sentence personally on my own. Like, I've talked about it before. I've spoken about it before. I think that the Renai Kinshi or the love band rule is completely archaic. Like, it has no place in modern society. But here's the thing. It still exists, right? Whether you care about it or not, there are people out there that do, and it does mean something to them. And so for those people to be told that this rule's in place, and to support a girl and wish her the best and even put their money forward, lots of money in some cases, to me there's like a sting of betrayal to find out that they didn't meet up to that expectation of that rule. If you're gonna ask me, I don't think there's really much an easy solution. If it were up to me, I would just very specifically and clearly abolish the Renai Kinshi. Tell them we're not doing this stuff no more. If y'all want to stick around and keep supporting these girls, great. If you don't, then that's cool too. But I know there's other factors involved, and when there's money involved, it gets a little dicey. But until then, there are people who are going to be expecting that there's rules in place, and they're the ones deceived. I kind of hate the vilification of the fans that believe in the Renai Kinshi. While I don't agree that it's an important part, the fact is management and the way the girls are produced does set up that expectation, and the fans are the one that's getting deceived here if you choose to believe in it. You know, I'm not one of those people that believe that it's all one way or the other. All the girls are secretly dating and they don't care about the Renai Kinshi, or all the girls are trying to keep it in just this few bad eggs. I feel like it's kind of like a vague spectrum right now, and I feel that this rule could use a little bit more clarification. I think there's going to be some girls that are trying their hardest to live out by the rules that they feel are expected of them, and when things like this happen, it just kind of drags down the whole group. Not so much because a girl is dating, but just because they're tied to this word scandal now. So I think that's why you see speeches like Takahashi Juri's. That's why you see speeches like Okada Nana's. I think they're rightfully upset that their names are going to now be associated with scandal when they say that they're from AKB48 group. But I just wanted to clarify, these have all just been my opinions on Soutou Ririka's speech itself, not so much the girl. I think she's a very interesting, fascinating person. I still would like to support her as an idol, even though she's graduating now. So if anything, I wish her all the best in her life afterwards. And yeah, dude, as long as she's happy, it's cool with me. On to the next, and probably for me, the most exciting bit of news. NGT48's Ogino Yuka made an even higher jump than I predicted. I thought she was only going to bump up about 80 spots from 95 to about 15 to 13 or so. But she went all the way from 95 last year to top 5. She was ranked 5th, a 90 place jump. Completely unprecedented. In fact, I believe I found a video of it happening.
Through the grinder on football, so we're going to ask him to stay for a little bit as we get the third quarter underway, and underway in a very big way. Looks like the Falcons' J.D. McKissick, rookie, is taking it back the distance.
Yeah, so this kind of segues into my next point. Compared to last year, this year we saw a total of 370 girls competing versus 308 last year. So the number of girls participating in this event just keeps getting crazier and crazier and crazier. And for her to pull off a 90-pound, I keep saying 90-pound, for her to pull off a 90-place jump, despite all that, is just completely incredible. Also incredible is we actually had 3 re-entries, girls that didn't rank last year and ranked this year. So we had SKE 48's Matsumori Kaori at number 18 and Oya Masana at number 22, as well as NMB 48's Tanigawa Airi at number 57. Now, to be fair, I believe all 3 of these girls chose not to participate last year, so it's not like they fell out of place and pulled back into these really high positions. To be honest, I'm not really gonna know how they would have done last year, though I do think it's exciting. I feel every year it becomes harder and harder to remain relevant. So hopefully with them taking a break and doing really well coming back in, that might encourage some of the girls who just really need a break from this event to take that time off and then to jump back on whenever they're ready without feeling that they're going to lose their opportunity. Alright, and so the last thing we're going to be talking about today is going to be just the total number of votes. I mentioned that the number of girls have gone up quite drastically. It'll probably continue to do so as this group keeps getting larger and larger with additional generations, as well as newer sister groups being eligible to compete. But conversely, the number of total votes being spent on them, I feel like it's going to start reaching this point where it's going to be spread even more thin. I'll put up a little chart right here, just kind of comparing the top 16 votes this year versus last year. So I think the only position that like roughly kept, if not gained votes, was the first place spot for Sashihara Rino. I mentioned in my prediction video that I feel like Sashihara has the most mainstream relevance. I feel like this is what's gonna keep her number the way it is if she chooses to compete next year. Of course, every girl has their diehards, the people that are dropping 25,000 votes and so forth. I don't think as the popularity of AKB dwindles that these people are gonna fall out though. To be spending that much money, I feel like they're gonna be pretty invested. What I feel does make the difference though is the total number of casual people interested enough in the girl to vote for them. Sashi has been able to keep like a certain level of mainstream presence outside of 48 group, so I feel that no matter how the group itself does, she'll always do well. While I'm not going to say the ship is sinking, everyone aboard, I do think that AKB's popularity is just going to dwindle. Not so much anything of themselves. I just don't think that the level of popularity they had is maintainable. From my observation, Japan has always been a country of trends. They follow what's hot. If you look at jokes and comedy and things like that, there's always a gag that gets really hot for a few months and then it's tossed to the side. So I think that's just kind of the nature of things. AKB was the big thing coming into 2012, 13, 14 and so on, but that kind of level of popularity is dwindling. And when I say that level, I mean we're still talking in the top spot, hundreds of thousands of votes, so it's not, a little dwindling isn't gonna kill them. So I'm gonna wrap it up here with one last question. It's getting kind of hot both for me and the camera, and these lights in my room just aren't helping. Do you think Sashihara Rino should compete in next year's Senbatsu Sousenkyo? With her concurrency in STU 48 being announced, I don't see her dipping out too soon. So I doubt graduation is going to be what takes her out when it comes to next year's, but maybe I'll be surprised. But anyways, yeah, she's dominated the event. She's won 3 back-to-back and won again back in 2013, making her the winningest member of the 48 group when it comes to the AKB Senbatsu Sousenkyo. She's crushed it the last 2 years, leaving a wide margin between her and second place. In fact, this year it was like a 100,000 vote gap. So do you think it would be better if she just bowed out gracefully and paved the way for the next generation? Or do you think that the next generation should win against Sashi at the top on their own merits? Personally, I feel a little bit conflicted. Obviously, without Sashi there next year, it makes a much greater opportunity for my girl Jurina to hit that top spot. Though maybe I'd like to see her be able to beat Sashi at the top rather than waiting for her to leave. Also, Sashi brings over 200,000 votes to the event every year. That's a lot of money going into AKB. So I'm sure if you're at least management, no one wants to see that money go. But at the same time, I feel that knowing that Sashi's gonna win it makes it pretty boring if you guys watched the Sousenkyo reaction video over here, you'll notice that that top spot where they call Watanabe Mayu, it just wasn't as exciting as it has been previous years. In fact, I think we got a bigger reaction out of Ichikawa Miori doing her lemon catchphrase than we did for the second place. So, tell me what you guys think. I'd love to know. Leave a comment below if you think Sashi should still do this or not. Or any other comment if you want. But yeah, this has been Soul Talk TV. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we'll catch you next time.